Hello everyone, my name is Vera Nobel and I'm a student in the English for You class. I'm really interested in multiculturalism and diversity, which is why I wanted to review Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech for this assignment. The acceptance speech took place on December 10, 1964 in Oslo, Norway. Martin Luther King Jr. was an American Baptist pastor and activist who was fighting for African American civil rights in the 1950s. In the United States, he lived in Alabama and he saw that there was a lot of discrimination and injustice against black people in America. He thought this was a big issue, being an African American person himself, so he went into a leadership role to fight for his people's civil rights. In the speech, he talks about how the struggle with violence and oppression that the movement has experienced and why it is so important now to use violence in protests. However, there are still ongoing conflicts and acts of violence from the other side, and the struggle itself is still ongoing. He discusses the movement without blaming white people, but rather encouraging all people in America to find a way to peacefully live together. However, he is calling for an action to recognize what has actually happened in history rather than leaving it to be ambiguous. Nevertheless, he still holds a very positive view of humanity and the US is general and that there is a world and reality where there can be peace, especially in the face of God. One of the important parts of his speech is the idea of solidarity. I think in the speech, essentially his thesis is that we should all come together as humans rather than people who are so different. He creates a very positive tone, especially in thoughts and pathos. He is appeal to the emotions of people through pathos by making whoever is listening to the speech aware of the challenges that his people has faced. He appeals to ethics or ethos by telling people that ethically nobody should have to struggle through this and we should all come together as people. The opinion that we should come together is supported throughout his speech with phrases such as peace and brotherhood. Sooner or later, all the people of the world will have a discover a way to live together in peace and common problems. Martin Luther doesn't say specifically that there are many people who are racist in America, but that is one of the issues that are relevant to his speech, and also the reason why he was an activist. Sometimes he used exclusive language to point out the group of people who are struggling, which is Negroes of the United States. But other times he used inclusive language such as all the people of the world to try to point out that there should be equality. In one part, he says that I refuse to accept despair as the final response to the ambiguities of history, which I think he is making an allusion to the fact that people of US are refusing to recognize the injustice towards black people. I learned a lot about Martin Luther King Jr.'s well about the world and how people should cooperate. I think this is a really great point that we all have to cooperate and come together as one group of people to tackle the world's problems. Thank you for your watching.